Good day, viewers. It is another interesting package of News Panorama on ABN Television, 15.9, Austin, Texas. I'm Kehinde Oyedeji. First, the headlines. FG approves new maritime security infrastructure initiative. FG to resuscitate FMBN with 500 billion naira. Buhari condoles with Chachangi's family. We're better off together as one nation, or Shimpaju. INEC begins nationwide voters registration April 27. And the world news, UN appoints first female executive secretary of ECA. China CRCC to build varsity in Nigeria. And the world of sports, Juventus knock out Barcelona to reach Champions League semi-final. IAAF World Release, AFN releases provisional list of 13 female athletes. And now, the news in full. The Minister of Transportation, Mr. Rotimi Amechi, on Thursday said the federal government had approved a new maritime security infrastructure initiative to tackle piracy and sea robbery on Nigerian waterways. Amechi disclosed this at the third opening ceremony of the Conference of Association of African Maritime Administration, AAMA, held in Abuja. In the conference with the theme, Sustainable Use of African Oceans and Seas, he said that government are taking further steps to facilitate shipping activities, to encourage indigenous ship owners to participate in domestic and international shipping trade. He also said that government is also willing to implement Marine Pollution Convention, MAPOL, to address environmental challenges and to raise the standard of Nigerian seafarers to be competitive internationally. The minister, however, implored member nations to support the interest of Nigeria to contest the IMO Category C election to give the continent a respectable voice in the council. In a message, the President of the Senate, Senator Bukola Saraki, who was represented by Senator Balanala, said that the National Assembly supports the initiative and hopes that African maritime market will very soon have a new lease of life to enable full integration into the world-best maritime zones. The Speaker, House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, said that the exploitation of Africa's vast ocean and resources held the key to economic revival of Nigeria and the continent. He recalled that last week, the House of Representatives passed the National Transport Commission Bill, NTC, and pledged to speed up passage of many other maritime bills for suppression of piracy. The federal government has set aside 500 billion naira to resuscitate the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN. The Minister of State for Power, Works and Housing, Mustapha Babashihuri, made the disclosure in Lafia when he visited the site of the National Housing Project, NHP. The minister, who was received by the Deputy Governor, Mr. Salas Agara, said the aim was to make mortgage facilities easily available to Nigerians. He also said that the federal government, in its mission to provide shelter to all Nigerians, has directed that the FMBN to waive the payment of 10% equity on mortgages below 5 million naira. This will greatly enhance the transition of low-income earners from tenants to home owners. Babashi Huri added that the houses will be built based on the country's housing design with 100% local content to create employment for the youths. He said the ministry will leave no stone unturned in tackling the challenges of housing shortage in the country, which was about 16 to 17 million. The minister also added that government had commenced plan to construct mass housing units in every state of public and private workers in the next 3 years. President Muhammadu Buhari has extended condolences to the Chachangi family on the death of Alhaji Amadu Chachangi, who he described as one of Nigeria's outstanding philanthropists. In a statement by Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, The president also commiserated with the government and the people of his home state, Taraba, and that of Kaduna, where he lived. He noted that the deceased devoted his wealth to the advancement of the welfare of others, instead of pursuing conspicuous consumption in a society overwhelmed by poverty. President Buhari believed that Alhaji Chachangi, who devoted his life to the service of God and humanity, will be long remembered for his resourcefulness, discipline, and passion for handwork. The president therefore prays that Almighty Allah will bless the soul of the deceased and reward his good deeds with Al-Jannah. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has said that Nigeria is better off staying together as one, united, and indivisible nation than disintegrating into small units. Osinbajo, who made the observation while playing host to Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, in his office at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, said that those yearning for secession were ignorant of the implication of their struggle. The vice president appealed to well-meaning Nigerians to ignore those who saw no good in the unity of the country. He said we must not allow those who advance personal causes to defeat the very strong objectives of bringing the country together as one nation and forging ahead. Adding that President Buhari is one leader who possessed the willingness and passion to ensure the country remained united. Osinbajo, who was presented with publications of ACF by the deputy chairman and leader of the delegation, Alhaji Musa Liman Kwandi, also expressed support for the proposed security summit being organized by the forum. He also stressed the importance of the security summit at this time in the nation's history, noting that the security of the nation is a very important one. The Independent National Electoral Commission says it will commence a nationwide continuous voter registration on April 27 across the 774 local government areas of the Federation. The Commission disclosed this in a statement signed by the INEC National Commissioner, Mrs. Amina Zakari, after a meeting with the resident electoral commissioners and administrative secretaries from the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. It stated that the exercise will be taking place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekdays, including public holidays. The registration centers, according to the statement, shall be the local government offices of the Commission or such other suitable locations as will be made public to the state offices of INEC. Mrs. Zakari said the exercise is intended to enable citizens who have turned 18 years of age since the last registration, as well as those who did not register during the last exercise, to register as voters. It will also allow those seeking transfer of their registration from one state to another or within a state from one polling unit to another to do so. The exercise also intends to enable the distribution of uncollected permanent voter cards, PVCs, to those who could not collect them before or since the last general election, while those who have the temporary voter cards, TVC, and whose names are on the register to collect their PVCs. The Commission advised those who were already registered not to do so again, as it is an offense to register more than once. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, who had earlier said the registration exercise will continue to be a routine exercise once it commenced, therefore appealed to all citizens to cooperate with the Commission to ensure the success of the exercise. The head Quality Assurance, Quality Compliance and Construction, Dangote Oil Refining Company Limited, Mr. Ramaputta, has said that the 650,000 barrels per day refinery will come on stream by September 2019. He said the installation of equipment for the refinery being built in Lagos will begin this month. According to him, the basic engineering work has reached 98% completion, adding that about 3,000 pieces of equipment are required for the job. He noted that more than 200 have already come in. He said they came in semi-finished shape and the company will finish them here. The remaining, he said, are being manufactured in various countries including China, India, America, South Korea, Singapore, and Malaysia. Putta said the refinery is going to operate at 110% of its capacity at the minimum. He also said the company will begin the trading of petroleum products next year ahead of the completion of the refinery. He said the company will complete the construction of the refinery's trading facilities in 2018 and taxed them by selling imported petroleum products for 1 year. He also said in September 2018, the refinery will inaugurate its trading facilities, which consist gantries for feeding the trucks and 35 tanks for storing the fluids will be ready. Every day, 2,600 trucks are going to be filled with petrol, diesel, kerosene, and jet fuel. According to him, the refinery will buy products from other countries by that time to test the trading facilities and trade them for 1 year, but by September 2019, its own products will start selling. We shall be back after these commercials.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 Isone Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
The People's Republic of China on Wednesday donated 40 digital ultrasonic diagnostic equipment to the Ondo Medical Village in Ondo Town. The donation was made through a firm, China Civil Engineering Construction Company. At the presentation of the items, the Consul General of China, Mr. Charles Lang, said the donation was in line with the China-Africa Cooperation Framework in 2012. According to him, the idea was aimed at encouraging the supporting exchanges and cooperation between organizations, women and young people of both countries by jointly undertaking small social programs and promoting mutual visits among members of such organizations. He said this is the first program in Ondo and the beginning since the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and Nigeria 46 years ago. Receiving the items, the Ondo State Governor, Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, assured the Chinese government of continued cooperation with China in order to develop the health sector, adding that the equipment will go a long way in assisting the state's health sector. Akeredolu expressed the hope that the crop of competent and diligent health professionals in the state will put the equipment to judicious use. He also urged the health practitioners in the medical village to properly maintain the various equipments, saying there was a need for them to see health care delivery as a collaborative effort. Join us again after this break. Welcome back. And the world of sports. Barcelona failed to produce another miraculous Champions League comeback as Juventus held out for a 0-0 draw at the Camp Nou on Wednesday to reach the semi-finals 3-0 on aggregate. The Spanish champions had overcome a 4-0 first leg deficit against PSG in the first 16 with a dramatic 6-1 win back on home soil. Juventus showed why they boast the best defensive record in the competition as Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and Neymar were blunted as the Italians gained revenge for their defeat in the 2015 Champions League final. Juventus joined holders Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Monaco in Friday's semi-final draw. Messi was being forced to come deep in search of possession, but he briefly had Juventus' hearts in mouth with a low effort that was depleted inches wide. Juventus comfortably saw out the final stage to register the 8th clean sheet in 10 Champions League games this season. The Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has released a provisional list of 13 female athletes to represent the country at the International Association of Athletics Federation, IAAF, World Relays. The competition is scheduled to hold between Saturday and Sunday in Nassau, Bahamas. Those picked for the 4x100 meters are Blessing Okagbari, Dominic Duncan, Jennifer Madu, Mercy Obong, Peace Uko, and Stefan Kanu. The 2017 program will consist of 5 events over 4 relay disciplines. These are 4x100 meters, 4x200 meters, 4x400 meters, and 4x800 meters for both men and women, and a mix of 4x400 meters, which will cap the competition's second day. The top 8 finishers in the 4x100 meters and 4x400 meters for both men and women will earn automatic entry for the 2017 IAAF World Championship in London. This is the convenient spot. We'll be drawing curtains on today's edition of News Panorama, brought to you from the studios of ABN Television, 15.9, Houston, Texas. I'm Kehinde Oyedeji. Until we meet again, I say bye for now.